Olá, boa noite. O Exou Biribó, hoje com um novo game no canal. The Dark Eye, Memoria, o Olho Escuro, Memória, este último termo do título original naturalmente retirado do latim e não do inglês, em que seria Memory. O jogo é da Daedalic e foi lançado em agosto de 2013, um ano após Sat-Nav. Para a apresentação, resumo o artigo de Felipe Veloso no site Tech Tudo em 16 de setembro de 2013. Memória é a nova aventura point and click da Daedalic. Nela, você visitará alguns dos ambientes virtuais mais bonitos do ano para solucionar mistérios numa trama bem criativa. O mundo de Aventuria é o mesmo que aparece no primeiro jogo da produtora, Chains of Sat-Nav, funcionando o título, em grande parte, como uma continuação. No game, Garon passa por uma fase difícil, morando numa pequena casa miserável com a namorada, a fada Nuri, que, por um obscuro feitiço, acabou transformada em corvo. Para salvar a amada, que deve voltar ao próprio corpo antes de perder todas as memórias, o herói improvável sai para uma jornada pelo reino de Aventuria, lugar sombrio e taciturno, preenchido com um passado mágico inquietante. No início, Garon encontra um estranho mercador disposto a ajudá-lo, mas com uma condição: ele deverá solucionar o mistério que cerca a vida da princesa Sadia, desaparecida há 450 anos. Aceitando, surge a nossa nova protagonista e personagem jogável, envolvida em muitos mistérios, como uma máscara mágica que apaga as memórias de quem a usa e uma figura que transforma pessoas em pedra. Vale dizer que o enredo é a melhor parte de Memória, por envolver conhecimentos que vão bem além da maioria das histórias de fantasia. Particularmente marcante é a figura de Sat-Nav, o guardião do tempo, por uma personificação como um deus falho e vingativo. Memória é um conto sombrio e assustador que, apesar de repleto de temas como morte e destruição, se mantém como experiência absolutamente emocionante. O ritmo é quase perfeito, rapidamente introduzindo os protagonistas e aumentando a tensão e as reviravoltas de forma gradual. Isso não quer dizer que não tenha falhas, sendo a maior delas a curta duração. Pouco pode ser dito sobre jogabilidade quando falamos de point and click. Basicamente, você deve explorar o mundo usando o mouse para descobrir objetos que, por sua vez, irão ajudá-lo a solucionar quebra-cabeças para que você prossiga. Com grande inventário e diversos diálogos para escolher as opções de conversa, Memória não foge dos padrões do gênero. O jogo se passa em 2 momentos históricos diferentes, o que torna tudo interessante, já que as ações do passado podem influenciar o futuro. E cada protagonista apresenta mecânicas próprias e distintas. Sadia sabe usar magia, com a qual resolve quebra-cabeças e situações complexas. Já Garon está mais para um artesão ou mecânico que pode destruir, montar e aperfeiçoar os itens que encontra. Os quebra-cabeças em si, em geral a parte mais importante dos jogos do gênero, são estruturados de maneira um tanto simplista e normalmente não se prolongam. A maioria dos obstáculos realmente só aparece em poucas áreas de cada vez e nunca se expande de maneira cansativa. Isso permite que o jogador possa focar a história fantástica, que é, na realidade, o elemento principal do jogo. Você não pode falar sobre Memória sem falar do seu visual. Os gráficos são um aspecto importante para qualquer jogo, mas aqui eles são verdadeiras pinturas. Com exceção dos modelos de personagens 3D, que até se misturam bem nos cenários, tudo no jogo foi desenhado à mão, com perfeição. Os espaços variam de florestas e cachoeiras a cavernas e fortalezas flutuantes, tudo com lindo aspecto de fantasia que dá um senso de coerência e identidade para aquele mundo. Já o aspecto sonoro é um pouco mais problemático. Se por um lado a trilha é belíssima e ajuda muito a completar o clima mágico, por outro, os dubladores das personagens às vezes fazem um trabalho aquém do esperado, dando uma sensação de algumas falas serem rígidas e forçadas. Memória é uma vitrine visual de tirar o fôlego. Com uma das histórias mais interessantes dos últimos tempos, cultiva um equilíbrio delicado entre emoção e suspense. Mas como a complexidade dos quebra-cabeças não é alta, até sentimos falta de uma maior variedade de desafios. Mesmo com uma campanha curta, o título prova que qualidade é melhor do que quantidade, ao nos trazer um dos melhores jogos de aventura da última década. Prós: história fantástica e emocionante, personagens cativantes, cenários belíssimos pintados à mão. Contras: a dublagem deixa a desejar, poucos quebra-cabeças. A nota atribuída foi 8. Agora retomo para dizer que jogo no PC o arquivo da GOG, com vozes em inglês e textos e legendas em espanhol, que tive de pegar no site Abandon Sócios, produzidos e gentilmente compartilhados por Lino, Hard Game 2 e Asperê. Avisem, por favor, eventuais problemas no som ou na imagem, tanto do game quanto de minha câmera ou microfone.
By the gods, this is a good start. Where did these people set up their tent? If there's nothing around the next bend, I'm turning around. Finally. Hey you, little girl. Giacomo Nauta sent me. I'm here about the riddle. Do you speak Goretti? I'm a friend. Giacomo told you I would come.
He spoke of the hero of Andergast, a strong, courageous and clever man. Not someone I could slice open from head to foot in a blink of an eye.
I am the hero of Andergast.
Can you do magic? Heal things with fairy magic? The way the hero healed the dreams of an Andergastrian was magic?
It wasn't quite like that, but yes. I can repair things magically.
Then prove it. This before me is the flying fortress Kashalri. I recreated it from my dreams. But no matter what I do, it keeps tipping over. Use your magic to make it stand up, and I'll let you see my father.
Piece of cake. A small fortress made of sticks. It keeps tipping over.
Use your magic to make it stand up, and I'll let you see my father.
No magic necessary here. Watch and learn.
Learn that you have a big mouth?
The fortress isn't broken, it's just badly made.
Don't make excuses. Use your magic to make it stand up, and I'll let you see my father.
She must be the merchant's daughter. Giacomo already warned me. What's in there?
Open it and see.
The glass is completely pure and clear. The bottle must be worth a fortune.
What did you do?
I flexed my heroic Andergastrian muscles.
And broke a glass bottle. I'm impressed.
This spell has never made me any friends. I hope this time it leads to more than a bath in a pig trough.
Aliás, antes de pegar os fragmentos, vamos ver aqui. Colar da Nuri.
Nuri's old necklace. I'm carrying it with me until she can wear it again.
Minha faquinha da sorte.
My faithful knife.
Então agora sim, pegar os fragmentos e colocar na fortaleza de palitos.
What are you doing?
Don't worry, I just want to try something.
Então, feitiço nos cacos de garrafa.
Ah, No.
May I go in now?
Papa, there's someone here claiming to be a hero.
Send him in.
If you truly are the hero, then you're a bit boring. You remind me more of a stupid, grumpy peasant.
I'm a bird catcher, and I no longer care what others think of me. I rescued a fairy, and I freed a kingdom. I don't have to prove anything to anyone.
All right, go in. But watch your back, I'm right behind you.
Ah, Geron, how nice. Come, sit. Sit.
Are you Fahi?
Yes, sit down. Did you find this place all right?
Yeah. I was told that you sell a spell that can permanently change a person's form.
A person's or an animal's, but everything in its time. Tea?
Sim, não. Sim, né? Você...
All right.
Ah, a man of taste. That's good. Andergast is cold, is it not?
It's all right. But about that spell...
Of course. You understand that permanent physical transformation is a formidable power. It demands a great deal of courage to request such power.
I have my reasons.
I know. Giacomo told me as much. You know my price.
Giacomo said something about a riddle.
Correct. You like riddles, Geron, don't you?
Sim, eu gosto. Não, não gosto. Enquanto possa resolver, sim, eu gosto.
Of course I like riddles. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Excellent! I knew I could count on you. You'll carry it with you for a while, twist it and turn it in your mind, and perhaps even despair briefly. But when you finally solve it, the reward will be much sweeter.
Where did you get this riddle anyway?
For more than 3 moons, my daughter and I have both had the same dream every night. It's even more wondrous that this dream tells a true story, a memory from a time 450 years ago, when our world faced its greatest battle. I will now tell you the beginning of the dream. You don't need to know more. And then the riddle. If you can solve it, you'll receive the power to restore your beloved.
And if not?
Garon, you are the hero of Andergast. Of course you'll solve it. So, are you ready?
Sempre pronto.
I'm ready.
Good. The dream begins, as I said, 450 years ago, in an ancient vault far beneath my home city of Fazar. The powers of darkness threaten the land, and the great and decisive battle is imminent. When one night, a group of heroes enters the tomb of an ancient Mogul mage.
Memoria. Capítulo 1.
Prepare yourselves. I shall open the burial chamber now. Are we all here?
All here, for crying out loud.
It could have been worse.
Sure, we could have lost the mute Farkina too, or the dainty princess who can't fight.
Calm yourself, Shabib. You're not the only one whose nerves are frayed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did the princess have to see a little blood? Did it break her tender heart?
Yes. Crack. Now you'll have to endure me without one.
Princess Zadia, Alric, we must stick together. The legendary mask of Malakar lies within this burial chamber. If we succeed in bringing it to the Holy Army in the Rashtulian Wall, the battle against the demons will be mere child's play.
If we succeed, and these walls don't swallow us up first.
I'm working as fast as I can. I can't find the lock. Give me a moment. It has to be here somewhere.
Guardião.
I hope that was the last. Stay down.
Braço.
Stay away from the Guardians, Princess. Even their detached limbs still have some life in them.
Rachoal.
He's an agile fighter. I don't see a single wound. Why did the Furkina people cast you out?
None of your business.
True, your past is your problem alone. All that counts is that you lead us safely through the mountains to the army.
I just want my money, and soon.
It looks like blood. I'm not touching that. It looks sticky and poisonous.
Arco ornamental.
A finely worked ornamental arch with swirls and patterns.
Mago.
I've only known him since yesterday, and I already know more about him than he does about me. He knows what this is about, but he's not the strong leader he pretends to be. Mage,
Princess,
Grupo de heróis.
why exactly did you choose us as companions?
who are you talking about in particular?
O guerreiro.
Can that mercenary over there do anything other than hit things and yell?
That's more than you can do, Poppet.
Alric keeps the monsters at bay. He's a good man.
Furkina.
Will Raghvan really accompany us to the end?
Yes. As soon as we're finished here, he'll lead us through the Rashtulian Wall to the Holy Army. He grew up in those mountains. He knows the way better than any other.
You do know the Farkina's an outcast, don't you? Even his own people fear him.
We have no other choice. We need him.
O mago.
How did a mage like you come to lead a group such as this?
I wanted to join the army in Punin when a nobleman from Fazar told me about the mask. The rest was a question of money and determination.
Harun.
What was Haroon's role?
He was your personal bodyguard. He was supposed to protect you.
Which he did. Right up until the end.
I am sorry about him.
He knew the risks. The important thing is that you're still alive.
Seija.
Did you specifically look for a princess?
No. I sent for a Ptolemid scholar, but those are hard to find in these bloody days. Only a few are able to defend themselves and not fall victim to the marauding bands currently battling for dominance in Fazar.
The streets of Fazar have always been a screaming nightmare.
And thus, it's an even greater miracle that you survived there for so long. You're the outcast heiress of a toppled ruler. I would not have bet my ducats on you.
Já basta.
Enough of that.
E sobre a nossa missão?
What do we do next?
We force our way into the burial chamber of the Mughal and steal the Mask of Malakar. Then we take it over the peaks of the Rashtulian Wall to the Holy Army before they march into battle.
And there we triumph, or perish miserably.
The future of this world is in our hands.
Câmara funerária.
How deep are we?
Only the gods know. Fazar was built up layer by layer on the ruins of older dynasties. Beneath that lay vaults as ancient as the land itself. This burial chamber, for example, was erected 2,000 years ago by the last living Mughal mage, Malakar. It is said he was a grand master of elemental and transformation magic. He could bend ore and earth to his will with the snap of his fingers. These halls were his greatest and last piece of work.
Máscara de maloqueiro.
Are you sure that the mask waits behind these walls?
Yes, quite sure. No one knows where the Mughal Malakar obtained the mask, or if he even created it himself. But he was so obsessed with it and its power that he ultimately took it with him to his grave. It's also said that he never succeeded in awakening its true power while he lived.
What does it do?
They say that the wearer of the mask can turn any lost battle, indeed any defeat and any loss at all, into an enduring victory.
Exército Sacro.
Why is it called the Holy Army?
The Holy Army is an army of clerics. Only with the holy might of the gods, so it is believed, can we withstand the attacking hordes of demons.
You said the army is advancing over the Rashtulian mountains. Why such a difficult route?
Most of the passes are guarded by the legions of evil. In addition, there's a magical place across the peaks of the Rashtulian wall where they hope to forge a final, crucial alliance. We'll join the army there.
E a batalha?
How could it come to this? An invasion of evil in our age?
There are always dark times, Princess. But what exactly brought them about no longer matters. The only important thing is that we're prepared to fight. The greatest heroes of our age have gathered to fight the decisive battle in the Gorian desert.
And to go down in history forever.
If we win.
Outra pergunta.
Aren't you starting to get tired of prattling?
He's right. We have to continue.
Do you have no more questions?
Oferecer ajuda.
What's the problem?
The lock is hidden. I can't find it. Some sort of secret mechanism. Perhaps an objectum disapparatic.
Whatever it may be, you have to open it. He's a good warrior, but he doesn't deserve to be told so.
What did you call me before?
Shabib. That's Tula Media for little boy.
Without me, you'd be long dead.
Please, no quarrels.
She started it.
Entrada da tumba.
Now to get the key into the lock, and then the door will be open.
Where do you see a lock? The door is covered in filth.
What does a princess know about filth?
Enough to know that it can be washed off. That's good news for you, isn't it?
What are you trying to say? Tss.
Silence, please. I need quiet.
Arco ornamental.
There are grooves here.
Letters? Can you read them?
No, they're just grooves, nothing more.
Pilar.
They're watching me. I feel a throbbing, and they're warm, like a sick heart.
Tenho rubi no inventário.
My Almandin, my wrathful eye, my mournful heart. I would never exchange it for anything in the world.
Do you have a death wish? You saw what kind of creatures are running around out there. If this is what the princesses in this country are like, I would hate to see the kings.
Don't worry. You won't. The last Caliph of Fazar was skinned alive 5 moons ago.
Was he a tyrant?
Yes, like every ruler in this city. Besides...
What?
Did you see the tattoo on her arm? I believe it's the mark of Malakar. She's a direct descendant.
We brought the great-great-great-great-granddaughter of an accursed Mogul mage monster into his burial chamber. Are you out of your mind?
She's a good person, trust me, and we'll soon need her.
Fratura.
Even if we have to smash the entire burial chamber, I will triumph.
Guardião, mão, ruínas.
It's said that an ancient being lives in these halls. It has 2 horse legs and an emerald lance, and hunts down every grave robber until the end of his days. If we make it to the battle, that won't be very long.
Colosso.
The image of the Mogul mage who ruled thousands of years ago and now lies buried here. He looks like a gigantic dwarf. A large hand, nothing else. The legacy of these hands held me prisoner my whole life. But today, I will finally free myself. Oh, Kasim, you'll regret what you've done to me. It was that way when we arrived. Who knows if we would have won otherwise. Can you hear me? I'm sorry about your broken legs. It's very lonesome down here. But one step closer, and we'll break your neck as well. I don't deserve to return. Not without the mask. The only way in or out is the door.
Ao lugar da batalha. Guardião.
Another guardian. We couldn't kill him, so we had to hack off his legs. You remind me of the palace guards I once knew. But unlike them, you were against me from the beginning and didn't stab me in the back later. Thanks, I suppose.
Cara da rocha?
The burial chamber lies behind this. If only I could pull it down somehow.
Harum.
Skewered by his own torch. What an unworthy death. It would take too long to get him down. We're running out of time.
Bolsa.
He was a fool, but he had the sense to think of things the rest of us didn't consider. Whatever he has on him could help us. It's hanging just out of reach.
Monstro.
He's so big, but we noticed him too late. I can't believe how stupid we were. Bastard.
A daga.
This was Haroon's dagger.
Usar a adaga na bolsa. Ainda bem que ela pode baixar um pouco aqui para pegar. Brocha e bandagem.
A roll of bandages. Haroon loved horses more than they loved him. Horses and women. Somehow I liked him anyway. Haroon had my father's eyes. Now I know why.
Álcool. Corda.
That's our way here and our way back. Our rope. If only we had noticed the guardians from the other side. Just listen to yourself. How pathetic you are. Haroon had to die. We all have to be prepared to die. That's the sacrifice we must make in order to rise above our miserable existence.
Posso cortar essa corda e levar comigo?
Absolutely not. That's our only way back.
Melhor do que eu, muito melhor do que eu.
I don't hear anything except the puzzled mumbling of the mage and the furious self-pity of the warrior. It borders on the miraculous that we've made it this far.
Agora com essas coisas que ela tem, uma escova, álcool, bandagem, adaga. Ah, pode fazer um curativo pro guerreiro machucado.
You're bleeding?
I don't need a bandage. My battle fury makes the pain tolerable.
Impressive.
Álcool na bandagem. Sim. Bandagem empapada em álcool.
Now the blade is sticky.
A lâmina está pegajosa.
Haroon's dagger covered in sticky slime.
Ah, ela disse que a porta está cheia de porcarias. Vai limpar a porta, então escovinha.
Stand aside.
Under no circumstances should you touch the door.
Fine, then you'll have to do it.
What do you think you're doing?
There is no hidden mechanism. The door is just filthy. Brush it off, and you'll find your lock.
Hmm? Step back. The 6 legs open the 6 locks. By all 12 gods!
This is going so well.
Relax. I know you just want to help, but I can manage.
We'll have to glue it.
Here, glue the leg with this.
Use esse limo aí para grudar.
It's ready. Do you see the glowing inscription, Ulrich? Ancient Tula Media is a dead language spoken only by a very few, by even fewer, since the spiritual leaders of this city were executed together with their caliph. One must be educated to read this script. Educated, like a child from a noble family. Educated, like the last princess of Fazar. That's the reason we brought you. Now, tell me, what's the answer to the riddle on the chamber?
The gods be with me.
What? What do you read?
I can't tell you. It would change too much.
This is why we brought her?
I don't understand. Princess? Princess, where are you? By the 12, it's dark.
I'm over here.
Ah! Ow! Watch out for the beetle key when you leave. It's lying on the ground along with the door. If it breaks, we'll be locked in here.
What's that smell?
Ulrich, don't come in. There's gas in the air. Shine the torch carefully through the door, but stay outside. And no magic. Astral energy could trigger a trap. Be careful where you set foot, Princess.
Difficult without light.
If you know a way to make light without fire or magic, then tell me.
Bandeja de prata suja.
You once said that the mask doesn't look like a mask.
Yes. It has the form of 2 tentacles with children's hands.
Really? Fine. Then this is really just a dirty silver platter. It's covered with cobwebs and dust.
Vou limpar.
That should be enough. It's nice and shiny once again.
Colocar isso em algum lugar para refletir a luz.
Ow! I cut my hand.
Não,
I'll
não.
take the incense stick and the bowl.
By the...
Is that it?
Yes. Yes, that's it. The Mask of Malakar. With that, we will win the battle against the demons once and for all.
Ayal, a guardian!
Guard the door. If the beetle key is damaged, we'll be locked in here.
Ugh.
Come on then. Yalla. Kill me. My life isn't worth much anyway. Weakling.
Olhos resplandecentes.
Of course there's no gas in the air here. Otherwise the fire in his eyes would have blown up the Guardian's head a long time ago.
Réstia de luz.
There's a small crack in the wall somewhere. I can't get it open any farther with my hands. There's nothing here. Anywhere. And since the attacker stepped on the beetle, the exit is now locked tight.
Bastão.
A magic staff. Huh? What's that? Blood? Smoke? The staff? What does that mean? Is that my hand? And my blood in the bowl?
Passar a bandagem no gancho para pegar o sangue e depois colocar. É,
The bandage is now soaked with blood.
tá. A bandagem com álcool. Bandagem empapada em álcool, bandagem ensanguentada. A bandagem ensanguentada é que vai pro balde de incenso.
I'll put the bloody bandage in the bowl.
E agora então posso colocar o bol no
The
bastão.
bowl with my blood. The second vision showed smoke rising.
Então eu tenho que...
The flames in his eyes are hot.
Como é que eu vou pegar esses olhos? Ou eu só coloco o balde nos olhos?
I can't ignite the bowl itself.
Pegar com o bastão de incenso? Bastão fumegante. Vai pro balde. Agora o balde fumegante...
It smells spicy and sweet.
Vai... tinha que colocar no gancho.
Welcome,
What was that? Who are you? What are you doing in my head? Hello?
You must touch me if you want to hear me, Shahrazad.
Quem você é? O que está fazendo aqui?
Are you a demon?
To be honest, Shahrazad, I have no idea. I can't remember. All at once, I was here, in the dark, chained fast, countless centuries ago.
You're lying.
Not at all. I've seen the rise and fall of every mote of dust in this chamber. It's only my own story that I don't know.
Por que posso ouvir-te?
Why do I hear you in my head?
That comes from your blood, which you sacrificed to me.
I've made a pact with a demon?
Forgive me. I should have warned you beforehand.
Então, abra a porta.
Open that door. You can do that, can't you?
I'm afraid not. No.
Then what can you do?
I can light the braziers and extinguish them, and I can give orders to the guardians.
Então, dê ordem aos guardiões para abrirem a porta ou derrubá-la.
Awaken the guardians and order them to tear down the gate.
But then you'll run away and leave me behind. Many millennia will pass before another princess stumbles into the cave.
You know who I am?
Yes, I heard your talk outside the burial chamber. What would you say to another pact? I'll help you get out of the burial chamber, and you'll take me with you. Princess and court magician, mistress and servant. Together we'll conquer the world.
Deal.
What? Really? Who would be stupid enough to free a frightening creature like me so carelessly?
I take what I can get.
You frighten me.
Então crie-se a luz, Fiat Lux.
Light the torches.
Let us do that together, Shahrazad. Turn your bright eyes upon the darkness and concentrate. As long as you're touching me, you can speak to me, but you can also cast my spell. Behold the glories of my master's final resting place. By my ancestors, you're beautiful.
So we have an agreement?
Yes, we do.
Good.
Liberar o bastão.
You're stuck.
I have been hanging here for a very long time, after all. You'll need to loosen the bracket and pull me toward the sky with a strong jerk.
Oh. You remember the sky?
The sky. Freedom. The sparks and sounds of language. Some things one never forgets.
The mage and the mask lie buried underneath. No, this is too heavy. I won't get his body free by hand. It's much too heavy for me to be able to move it.
Pegar a corrente e forçar aqui com o anel.
At one end, the magic staff. At the other, a heavy metal ball. Now what? Where does it go?
E agora a bola no buraco.
There, I freed you. Now what?
Now, I finally have legs, and I'm no longer alone.
I meant, how do we get out of here?
We don't. Nobody can escape these walls.
But you said...
Oh, Shahrazad, this is the darkest hole, the likes of which the world has never known. Here, even nothingness means nothing at all. Not even the promise a piece of wood makes to one who is doomed. But let's be friends nonetheless. We could play with the light, or awaken the Guardian, or...
Even if you will not, I will abide by our agreement. I'll find a way out of here, and if you help me, I'll take you with me.
Shahrazad?
And stop calling me Butterfly. I'm not a butterfly, and we're not friends. From now on, you'll do what I say.
What if I won't?
Then I'll toss you into an even deeper hole, where absolutely no one will ever find you again.
As you command, mistress. You're too kind, mistress.
E agora, vamos dar ordens aqui pros destroços.
Ksh! Move!
Will all the Guardians be subject to my will from now on?
Entertaining, isn't it?
I've seen better.
Oh, how I envy you.
A daga.
There must be a curse on this dagger. He's still holding the mask. And Haroon's dagger. You're still alive?
Take the mask away from here.
Calm yourself. Gather your strength.
Mistress, don't you see he's as good as dead?
Have you no pity?
Do you?
Where should I take the mask?
To Draconia. To the prince.
To the prince? What prince? Galved? Are you still there?
He lies bleeding on the ground, and you pepper him with questions. You truly have no pity, do you?
I do, but pity would not have changed anything.
It would have made you more human.
Says a talking staff.
Ela já pegou a máscara? Já.
There's writing on the inside. What must I do to awaken its power?
Look deep within yourself. What was the cruelest thing ever done to you?
I was betrayed and humiliated.
Do you remember the face of the one who did this to you?
Yes.
Look deep into his eyes, and...
Shazam!
Wherever he may be, he now has the hiccups.
I'm tired of your little games.
It was just a joke. Did I not already tell you that I have no idea what the mask does? I have a vague recollection, but that's all.
I'm going to find out, sooner or later.
I'm always at your service, mistress. Forgive me, but raising the dead exceeds even my abilities.
That only works with magic artifacts.
Não funciona aqui.
There was a crack of light here somewhere. I can no longer find the crack.
Bastão.
I need something with a point to enlarge the opening.
A adaga.
First, I have to find the opening again. It's as if it were never there.
Temos os braseiros aqui.
Are all the fireballs here magic?
Yes! They're at my beck and call. I can make them go on, off, on, off. Subjects of my limitless boredom and moodiness.
Então apague essas coisas aí.
Let there be eternal darkness.
Eternal darkness. You can turn them on again any time.
Mistress, I know I'm no poet, but please, leave my flowery language alone.
Fresta de luz com a adaga.
If only I could pull it down somehow.
Derrubar essa rocha aqui. Usando o feitiço na própria rocha ou no monstro?
The spell doesn't work on that. This was the only stone giant in the hall with a will of his own.
So you weren't able to play your little games with him?
No, I didn't say that.
Então, nesse daqui.
Wake him.
What should he do, mistress?
Bater na rocha aqui.
Give up. The wall is too thick.
Então, por que eu fiz tudo isso? Braseiro.
Inconceivable. There are magic fireballs outside the chamber. Oh, Charizard. Your presence opens up new horizons for me.
It's just another firebowl.
You try being chained to a tomb wall for a millennia. You learn to enjoy the small things.
Acende esse braseiro aí.
Then burn, Firebowl! It won't, Charizard. It's upside down.
It's light enough in here anyway. Wake him.
What should he do, mistress? Haven't you tormented him enough?
It's only a monster, created to fight and kill blindly.
Yes. Poor Abu.
O que ele vai fazer com esse braseiro? Ele segura o braseiro e... O cuenco caiu lá pro outro lado, não caiu lá para dentro de onde ela está.
Let there be light! A grand burial chamber just for you.
We'll see about that.
Ah, o braseiro caiu aqui, na frente da porta que está trancada. Ela está aqui.
Now you have a source of light, but the door is still closed.
Patience. I'm feeling my way forward, even if I don't know where my steps are taking me.
Pata de escaravelho.
It's one of the pieces of the key, but it's lying too far away. He's beyond help. He's dead too. I hope Rahwan at least escaped.
Vou acordar o guardião e mandar ele me entregar a pata de caranguejo?
Is that black slime in the walls? Or blood?
Even after 1,000 years of curious observation, I haven't been able to find out. I have lovingly dubbed it phlegm. The walls are full of it.
Primeiro acordar o guardião. Pegar a pata de caranguejo.
I'm afraid the leg is just out of his reach.
Bater no solo. Não adianta nada. Pegar o braço e jogar para lá? Ah, com o braço alcançar a pata. Agora chegou aqui.
I still can't reach it.
Ainda não posso alcançar.
Staff, make the arm grab the leg and throw it up to me.
Do you know how strong these guardians are? It would be crushed as soon as the arm grabs it. Think of something else.
Então, o cajado para pegar a pata.
The staff is just long enough.
I'll take that as a compliment.
But in its current form, it's totally useless as a scoop. If I remove it, the lock will close, and my arm will be chopped off, like a thief's.
Mandar esse braço, então, mexer no resto do escaravelho?
He can't reach it either. The arm lacks the support to strike hard enough. It's holding on tight. Now what?
Agora ele tem onde se apoiar. O bastão é essa própria criatura mágica.
Princess, you may use me as much as you like, but not as a crowbar. I'm much more fragile than I look.
Like all the men I know. It doesn't open.
Not without the right key.
Or an elephant and a rope.
So close, and yet so far.
I'll have to use tougher measures to get out of here.
Eu vou enrolar a gaze no bastão, então.
What are you doing? I can't see a thing.
I'm wrapping the bandage around your horns.
Whatever for?
You'll find out eventually. Once was enough.
Mas daí não vai sustentar para pegar a pata de caranguejo. Ah, ela fez laço.
Got it.
Do I have to tell you how humiliating that was?
No, I'm perfectly aware.
Pata de escaravelho.
It's one of the pieces of the key.
Pata com gosma.
It's sticky now.
Agora a pata pegajosa de volta na porta. Agora ficou buraco aqui.
Another hole has opened.
Ah, pegar isso aqui e jogar no buraco da porta. Agora trabalhar com aquela mãozinha para jogar isso daqui e derrubar a porta. A bola de metal. Não foi o suficiente, vai ter que acordar esse outro aqui.
Order the Guardian to pull down the door. Harder. Make him pull harder.
He can't. The door is too strong for him.
If this one can't do it, then another one will have to.
Ah, Princess, that won't do any good. I've had eons to try and pull down these walls, and I haven't succeeded. Why should a girl achieve so much more in a short time than I did in a millennia?
The Colossus is also a Guardian, right? Wake him.
Charizard, are you really sure?
I said wake him.
As you wish.
Take the chain.
It's too small. He can't grasp it.
So large, and yet so disappointing.
Awaken! Accept it finally and give up. The Guardians are much too weak.
Take the Guardian and pull.
What was that?
I tore open a door through pure force of will.
No, you laughed like a young girl.
Hey,
You? You're still alive?
I waited.
You could have helped me.
You have the mask. Where's my money?
Our employer is dead. You'll get your money if you help me get out of here and take me through the mountains to Draconia. Wait. Stop. I'll pay you.
You?
You forget. I'm a princess.
What do you have?
Tem uma bandeja de prata, riqueza e rubi.
If you take me safely to our destination, you'll receive my most precious possession. My Almandin. It's worth more than anything else you'll ever hold in your hands.
Huh. Good. Draconia for the ruby.
Deal.
He'll make a poor servant to you.
At least I know what to make of him.
Deponia...
May I ask you something else? Because I don't understand you. Why are you doing all this? You're rich, beautiful. You have power. What else do you want to achieve?
I want to go to war, and I need a weapon.
But why?
To win the battle, to be immortalized in history. 1,000 years from now, people will tell tales of my deeds and whisper my name in awe. Sadia al-Kabir, the greatest heroine the world has ever seen.
Sadia al-Kabir? Never heard of her.
Neither you nor anyone else. The poor girl has been utterly forgotten.
How does the story continue?
With the help of the Frakina, Sadia took the mask over the Rashtulian wall to Draconia. She joined the troops there and went to battle. But those are all unimportant details. Don't concern yourself with them. Only one thing matters. The riddle I shall now tell you. The inscription on the burial chamber.
É detalhe sem importância? De verdade ocorreu ou é sonho?
Do I understand you correctly? The glowing inscription on the burial chamber, that's the riddle?
Quite correct. An archaic inscription written in ancient Talamedia. As an educated Talamede princess, Sadia was the only one who could read it. I created a transcription from my memory, and an old friend translated it for me. It reads, as the stone over the scarab, so rules the scarab over the stone. Enter if to you the answer is known. If not, then forever your life I'll own.
Eerie.
I believe Sadia knew the answer, else she would never have entered the chamber.
But why didn't she tell the others? Didn't she send them all to their doom that way?
I see you paid attention. I give you 3 days to solve the riddle. On the 4th day, I'll move on, whether you know the answer or not.
And if I solve it by then?
You shall have what you want from me. A spell of the mightiest transformation. A spell which transforms any living being into any form you desire.
Deal.
I like you, Geron. I'm certain our business will turn out well for both of us.
Believe me, I hope so too. Strange fellow. Nuri, I'm back. I think I found someone who can help you. Nuri?
I'm here.
What's wrong?
My wound opened. My wing is bleeding again.
Oh no, were you playing with animals again? You're a raven now. You can't do that anymore.
I wasn't playing. It just opened again.
It doesn't look too bad. You lie and rest. I'll make a salve for you.
Receita.
For Nuri's salve of healing, I need to mix ground up whirlweed with salve fat. Salve fat. I can only pray that the Lady Perina will allow the use of simple grease just this once. Nuri hasn't been a fairy since last winter. I wonder if I could have saved Andergast if I hadn't transformed her.
Don't torture yourself, Geron. Things are as they are.
But they don't have to stay that way.
Oh.
Don't move. If you move, it'll just get worse. I'll hurry with the salve. Did it hurt when the artifact pulled your soul into the raven's body?
I don't know. It was worse before that. My fairy body was wilting away. That was much more painful.
I'm sorry. At that point, I could only save your soul, not your body. I often ask myself whether there wasn't another way after all. I tried everything. I asked Herzinda clerics, stole magic books from the school, made pacts with witches. Nothing and nobody can restore the power of the artifact. And anyway, Nuri's old body is lost forever. I hope this Fahi will keep his promise. Nuri's old chestnut mannequin.
Ho ho, Nuri. I, King Chestnut, bid you good evening.
Good evening, King Chestnut.
Why so sad, my lovely?
I don't know. Right now, I just want to sleep.
Oh, that's a very wise idea. It's so wise that I hereby officially appoint you to be my Minister of Sleep.
Oh,
Thank you, dear king.
You have earned this title honestly.
I just built that for her last week. Do you like your new bird tree?
Yes. Garon, why must I be a fairy again before we can leave here?
Because that's what you are. A fairy, not a raven. And Giacomo says we need to hurry about changing you back. He says that a fairy soul is a tender thing. Who knows what'll happen if it stays in the wrong body for too long. And it's much easier for me to protect you here than it would be on the road. If only you would let me protect you. Nothing in there that could help Nuri. I never thought I could fix that after last winter. Healing herbs from the woods in case Nuri gets injured again.
I don't get injured very often. I'm getting better at being a raven all the time.
It's high time we transform you back.
Agora eu peguei a planta.
Healing herbs from the woods in case Nuri gets injured again.
Livros.
I'll take them back during my next break-in. Books from the School of Magic about spells and alchemy. None of them could tell me how to transform Nuri back.
Pais de Garon.
I was still very young when they died. Do you miss your family, Nuri? The fairy queen and king?
A little, but I prefer not to look back. The animals and plants of this world are my family now.
Bebedouro para pássaros.
Giacomo's bird bath is very pretty, isn't it? He said he found it in some fairy ruins in the blood barrier.
There are no birds in the fairy world.
Well, there's at least one big peacock.
Right, but that's all. Your world is much more beautiful.
After I finished eating, I wanted to get to Fahy as fast as I could. I didn't have time to clean up. By Travia, it's all greasy.
Tá aí a graxa que ele precisa. Vai pôr a torbelim roja.
First, I have to grind up the herbs somehow.
Moer as ervas. No bebedouro. Vai usar a faca?
I can grind up the herb with the knife handle. There. I can't get it out of there with my bare hands. By Travia, it's all greasy.
Se ele não pode pegar essa aqui e não pode carregar essa daqui, como é que ele vai juntar as duas?
As a bird catcher, I acquired quite a collection. The skulls hail back to Gwynling's time.
They're disgusting. Why don't you take them down?
We need to keep up appearances. If anyone notices that I no longer catch birds and live with a talking raven instead, they'll burn us alive.
But you saved them all. You ought to let them know.
The bird catcher a hero? They'll all laugh at me. Anyway, I don't care what those idiots think of me.
But if they thought well of you, your life would be good.
Nuri, my life has been good. It was good to travel with you. It's enough for me that you know what we did.
Cortina.
The fabric is falling apart more and more. Well, as soon as I solve Fahy's riddle, we'll be out of here. Right, Nuri?
I want to see the world.
But first you need your old body back. If I pull on this, I'll tear the whole curtain. I can barely keep up with the repairs as it is.
Cortar pedaço da cortina e passar na graxa e na erva.
I'll cut out a rag.
Jaula.
Master Gwynling's old birdcage. You'll have to go back in there tomorrow, I'm afraid. At least until you can fly again. Otherwise, the Andergastrians will see that I'm travelling with a talking raven on my shoulder, and we'd be facing an angry mob again in no time. That horrible witch. She promised me that I could use the recipe to create a new body for Nuri. I'll never see those silver thalers again. Useless undergrowth. I'll throw it out tomorrow.
Então, o pano com a graxa.
The rag's now covered in fat.
E com a planta moída.
Perina, please let this fat be enough for Nuri's wound. It's all I have.
E agora cuidar da querida Nuri.
There. And next, we'll make you a fairy again.
Did you meet the man?
Yes, I don't know if I can trust him though. But if Giacomo is right, then soon everything will be like it used to be. You will be as tall as a human again, and together we'll travel across Aventuria and have one adventure after another.
When do you think I'll be able to fly again?
Let's see how your wound is doing tomorrow. Maybe we can go and practice a little.
Fine. Sleep well, Garon.
Sleep well, and don't worry. Soon everything will be as it was. As the stone over the scarab, so rules the scarab over the stone. Enter if to you the answer is known. If not, then forever your life I'll own.
Capítulo 2.
And again, this time you can do it.
I don't know.
Don't be discouraged. Think about something nice. Think about...
Nossa última noite ao lado da fogueira.
the night we spent together in the Brenask marshes. You wanted to enter a bond of love with me.
Yes, that was nice, but you lied to me before that.
I wanted to save you. If I told you the truth, you wouldn't have come with me. Anyway, I still like to think about it. Do you remember?
Nosso primeiro encontro.
Think about the first time we met. You lived in a lonely cave for years, and together we found a way to finally free you, and all the things you've seen since then.
The first thing I saw were people who wanted to kill me.
Yes, but you've also seen nice things. Nuri, you must have one nice memory. Do you remember...
Nossa primeira aventura.
Remember the orcs and how I had to distract them? Wasn't that exciting?
They were eating so peacefully. And then you sent them off to war, just to get rid of them.
They were orcs. Orcs are always going off to war. But all right, it's time you become a fairy again. Do you remember how happy and carefree you used to be?
Of course I remember. That makes me even sadder.
Come on, that's enough for today.
Do I have to go back in the cage?
Unfortunately, yes. With a pet raven on my shoulder, the Andergastrians will immediately take me for a warlock again. I'm glad those days are over.
Oh well.
On the way back, let's stop by Fi's tent. He has such a carefree manner. I'm sure he'll raise your spirits.
Garon?
Yes?
I want to be like I was in former times too, but I don't know how. So much has happened.
We'll manage somehow.
Então é isto. Hoje vamos parando por aqui. O Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, a torcida, desejando boa noite, até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.